Habibi?
I'm not Arab.
What are you?
I'm Persian.
Persian. And a lot of Persians I speak with, they say they're Arab. I'm like, no, you're not.
What?
Yes. I
No, we're
respect
not.
that. I respect that. You're beautiful.
No Persian says that, I promise you.
I promise you, I speak to many and they think that they're Arab.
But we're not.
I know, but I
We don't even
respect
speak
it.
Arabic.
I respect it. But a lot of them, they think, a lot of the Middle East was Arabized, so they think that they're Arab.
We didn't get Arabized though. We retained our language
And I respect that. I think you
and our
guys are
culture.
a
Thank you.
beautiful, amazing people. And did you ever live in Iran at all?
No, I've been in my whole life
In Iran?
in England.
In England? Were your parents from Iran?
Yeah.
Amazing. What's
Where are you
your
from? Where are
thoughts?
you from?
I'm from America.
Ethnically.
My father's side's from Israel. My mother's side's from Puerto Rico.
You speak Spanish?
I comprende more, no habla. I sound like a gringa.
Okay, no,
I sound like a
that's more
white
than me.
girl. So I don't like this. I'm not confident in my Spanish.
Okay, yeah, okay. What are you gonna say?
That I was curious about like your stance on Israel. I get a lot of confliction. Usually like the Persian
Look,
people and the Israelis, we have the same common enemy. So I get surprised a lot when I hear them saying that they're fuck Israel, fuck Israel. I'm like, what?
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I know what you're talking about. And like, I don't like politics at all. Let me tell you that.
Me neither. I
But
hate
it
it,
gets to a point. It's like you see all these people suffering.
which is
It's
sad.
like how long can you turn a blind eye to?
Of course, and you shouldn't turn a blind eye to it. You
That's
should
all
care
I'm
about,
saying. That's
but
all
you
I'm
should
saying.
look at the people who are the reason that these people are suffering. Yes, obviously the IDF has a huge part in it, but Hamas, they're torturing these people much more than the IDF could ever. They have no.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like the average like Hamas fighter is probably like a kid whose village got blown up and his parents were killed and arrested. It's like what do you expect these people to do when they grow up?
That's like me saying because my grandma was in Auschwitz, I should be like a jihadi terrorist, or like the families of October 7th should all be going and strapping bombs to their chests and saying Allahu Akbar or Baruch Hashem.
No, it's not the same. It's like it's
I think
what
it
all
is.
I'm saying. What do you expect an oppressed people to do?
How are they?
Because there's
Who's oppressing
a
them?
lot a lot of it's like a you've seen the documentaries how they live. It's not nice.
The Gaza was beautiful.
They
Gaza
get
Gaza was gorgeous.
from what I've seen, they just get harassed on a daily basis in the
What do you
West Bank
in the West Bank? It's a whole fuck
and in the
show.
Gaza as well.
The West
Before
Bank is a whole shit show. I'll tell you that right now. It's a whole shit show. Honestly, it's and
like you know those settlers. You see videos of them like going into Palestinian lands and just like burning their house and telling them to leave. It's just like,
that's not how it's happening though. You have to look at what you're watching. Truthfully though. And
but
honestly,
I'm seeing it in
yes,
4K.
yes. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that there's no Jewish people doing some nefarious shit. I'm not saying Israel's perfect. That's just not realistic. I have a lot of criticisms towards Israel or Israelis as well. But it's not just Israel that's doing all this shit all the time. And then when you call them settlers, it's like, so say I'm Palestinian, right? And I'm born and raised in America, and I moved back to Palestine. Would you refer to me as a settler?
Wait, say that again. I was listening.
Say I'm Palestinian, right?
Okay.
I'm 100% Palestinian. I'm
Oh,
born and raised in
okay.
America, and I moved to Israel in Ramallah. Would you call me a settler?
No, that's different, bro.
It's not different.
It
How is
is because the Jewish people. Look, I like history. The Jewish people. You guys aren't the same Jews, like ethnic. You've been mixed into so many other races for so long that you guys aren't the same Semites that were
same
exiled.
thing with
No,
Palestinians though? Then they're not. Then I can say they're not Palestinians.
they are the true Semites though, because
That's
they were Jews, they were Christians.
where do Jews originate from? Where do all Jews originate from? Regardless of where they spent their
Yes, but
diaspora.
where did all humans originate from? Africa. Does that mean I have to go back to Africa?
That's
No.
not no, not at all.
It's been
I'm
so
not. I'm
long. You
asking.
guys aren't ethnic.
I'm not asking where do Africans. I'm asking where do Jews originate from?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and
Really.
where do Arabs originate from? Which majority of Palestinians will claim to be Arab? I beg to differ, but let's pretend they're Arab. Where do Arabs originate from?
Okay, but here's the thing. Being a Palestinian Arab is not the same as being a Gulf Arab. They're just people that have been Arabized.
But they claim to be, but you can't tell them that. They'd be really upset with you.
No, I think they understand that. I think Egyptians, Syrians, Iraqis, Lebanese people, they all understand that. You can tell,
I disagree. I
you can
disagree.
physically. I had this conversation with some today. Like,
Especially with the Egyptians and the Jordanians, they don't they're it's such a huge identity crisis. They don't know what the hell they are.
look, the same thing would have happened to Persians, but because we're so proud of our culture, we didn't let it happen.
As you should
We
be.
retained.
And same thing with the
Yeah,
Jews. We retained our culture, we kept our heritage, and we stuck to our roots, regardless of where we
look,
were
man,
placed to.
I just want peace for everyone.
Me too. Me too.
That's
My heart breaks for the people in Gaza, truthfully. Even though I have this flag, I know a lot of people think just because I'm pro-Israel, fuck Gaza, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll even respect the Palestinian identity as long as it's not solely based on wiping out my people's identity. You know, you don't see people denouncing Pakistan because it was created in 1948 or 1947, just like Israel and many other countries too. What the hell is Jordan? What
yeah,
is
but here's the thing. Don't get angry at me for saying this,
not
but
at all. No, you're very
the
respectful.
Israelis,
Very
the Israelis
respectful.
that came, the Israelis that came to Israel, a lot of them were. It, they've been in Europe for so long that they're not they're not really native to that land anymore.
So
They're
why
like
did
Polish people and Russian people.
right, Ashkenazi here. Why did my DNA test tell me I'm from the Levant?
Did it?
Yes. I
I don't know. How much? How much? How much?
what I'm only 50%. My father's side is on the Jewish side. My mother's side is on the Puerto Rican side.
Okay, you
It's
probably
still
have
but
origin traces.
let's pretend. Let's pretend that we're Polish, right? Why didn't it tell me I'm Polish?
Did it not tell you it's Polish?
Why didn't it tell me I wasn't European?
Did it not say that?
No. No.
Are you sure?
No, I've known how to read for a
Look,
very long time. I think I know how to read
but
and
that makes
document.
no sense if your ancestors have been in Poland for so long and been mixing in with the Polish people, then you're going to
Do
be
you know
mainly Polish,
do
right?
you know anything about the Jewish community? My back in the day, my family was very tight-knit, much more religious. I grew up very secular. Judaism is a religion. Being Jewish is an ethnicity, okay? So my family was very, very much so Jewish. They only intermingled with their own. They stuck with the Jews. Nowadays, my dad has a thing for Puerto Ricans, clearly. Hi, hello.
Latinas,
So,
sorry.
back then though, we were very like segregated and we were kept to a little small group. So yes, they kept their roots, they kept their identity.
Okay, and if you return to Israel, that wouldn't be a problem. But when you see all the stuff going on, then kind of is a problem.
Yeah, but we have to look at the context and why it's going on. Why are all those checkpoint points in the West Bank?
I don't know.
Did it just come out of nowhere or like even the blockade on Gaza, why did that happen? Was it always there?
I don't know, G.
So the intifadas, the first and second intifada, is what caused all the checkpoints in the West Bank.
Wasn't there a lot? Wasn't there like a? Don't quote me on this, but wasn't there like when the Israelis first came, there was a mass excommunication of native Palestinians from the land?
No, well, then you have to, if you want to talk the Nakba, who started it?
Yes.
Who started it?
I don't know.
The Arabs. Well,
But why did they
the
start it?
self-proclaimed Arabs.
But why did they start it?
Why? You tell me. Because there was a partition plan where the Israelis were going to get the Negev desert. They were going to get the smaller parts of the land, the more like the most shittiest pieces of land they were going to get. Arabs were going to get much more, but they weren't okay with it. They did not want it. They were not okay. And it wasn't a displacement of Palestinians because
But
back
you
in
can understand why they wouldn't be okay with it, right?
I can't because it was
But
barely it wasn't even
imagine coming to America and just like taking any piece of it.
that's exactly what America
No,
did.
I'm just saying, if that happened now, people would not be happy, would they?
Of course not. Of course not. But when shit's done legally and we did everything by the books, we didn't just come in there guns blazing. We would just face the
You
Holocaust.
well, that here's the thing. You kind of did because of Britain, though, because of Great Britain. They did
Not,
it for you.
not at
They
all.
did.
Britain,
They defeated the Ottomans and they gained. control of all that land, and they
Britain,
could do whatever they
Britain
wanted to do.
completely fucked us, and so did America. They turned their backs on us. They
Britain
turned
fucked
their backs on
everyone.
us.
Britain fucked everyone. And here's the
100%.
thing:
They're the
the Middle
reason.
East,
They're the
they
reason.
drew lines.
They're the reason that this whole thing is still going on till this day.
Yes,
I agree with you.
they're the reason it even started. They started drawing lines and creating these countries that shouldn't have existed, like
I
Iraq,
agree with you.
Syria, with no consideration of other ethnic groups like Kurds and all these. It was
I agree
so
with
we know we have a common enemy now. Like,
that's my biggest issue though, is when I see people like the Kurdish people. I freaking love them. They're so sweet. Every time someone says free Palestine to me, I say free Kurdistan. It just makes no sense to me. We share the common enemy. I don't want war. God forbid. My heart breaks for the babies in Gaza, the women, even the men in Gaza that don't want to deal with. I don't want war. I want to coexist with these people. But when they do things like the Intifadas, and when they do things like October 7th, when they do things like this, it's just not realistic. How am I supposed to live with you? How am I supposed to know my family's secure and I could take down this checkpoint?
but you see, it's on both sides. Like you see a lot of Israelis with so much hate. Who's that one old woman? Who's that one crazy woman?
I think Daniela Weiss.
Yes.
She's extreme. She's extreme.
Well,
But you
well, we
have
know she's extreme, but there's so many Israelis that are like
not
that.
not at
So
all. Well, my dad didn't birth me. I was raised. I lost my mother at a very young age. So my only parent was my dad. He is a full-blown Zionist Israeli. He has never taught me to hate Palestinians, Arabs, Muslims. I love them. I love them. As long as they
and that's
respect
great.
me, I
But
respect them.
that's great. But people like Daniela Wiseman exist. A
Yes,
lot of them.
there's extremists on both sides for sure, but you don't see Daniela Weissman, as stupid as she is, and the crazy shit she could barely speak English. So I hate when people interview, especially Piers Morgan. She has no idea how to speak English, and she sounds so
No,
extreme.
she is crazy. She
She's
is crazy.
I agree. I agree, but you have to question, just like you said, the reason Hamas exists is because their families were blown up their whole lives. So think about it from an Israeli perspective. We should see a lot more from that ideology. I don't agree.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle
Yeah,
that
but
needs to end.
you don't see that type of extremism come. The worst you see is a bunch of freaking Jewish people in the West Bank herding cattle of Palestinians, or Daniela
And
White
burning
talking
homes.
about, but that's the extent of it you see.
Yeah,
You don't
but you could argue that they go into the IDF and then commit war crimes there.
but so if you want to talk about war crimes, so look at what Hamas did too. You don't see babies are targeted by Hamas. Babies are not
No,
targeted
they're
by
not.
the IDF.
Let's be real. They are not targeted.
Come on, brother.
They are not.
Have you seen? Did
Bro,
you see the
let,
October 7th
the
attack?
hostages the hostages came out like well fed, looking nice and
What?
clean. Like,
You are so sweet.
bro,
I don't want to turn this.
it's just not true.
I don't want this to go left, because you are so sweet. You seem very reasonable. Have you looked at Eviatar David? That's just one of them.
No, I have not seen a single
It's
video
disgusting.
that I've seen videos, but I've not seen anything that some people claim. Like, no babies were beheaded.
I never said that was a
Okay, for example, I meant like
that was a reporter that misspoke. 40 babies were killed, not necessarily beheaded. But you should look up his most recent, Eviatar David. You should look up his most recent. He was forced to dig his own grave. He looked like a skeleton. I don't know how he was still alive. In Hamas's tunnels that they dug underneath civilian infrastructure. And not to mention the hostages, right? Forget Eviatar. God forbid, I will never. But he's home now. Baruch Hashem. Who takes a 9-month-old baby hostage?
okay, what about all these journalists that are being killed?
No, but who takes who takes a 9-month-old baby hostage?
I don't know, but
Hamas.
but again, that doesn't give the right to kill these doctors,
But
innocent people,
but who?
journalists.
But again, you're trying to compare the
It
idea.
doesn't matter.
You're trying to compare the
It doesn't
idea of
matter.
Hamas. Who
It
takes a
doesn't matter.
9-month-old
Even then,
baby? Do you know how many Palestinian
okay,
babies?
maybe they didn't want to leave the baby alone in the house.
Come on, you're not this stupid. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than that.
No, come
Guess
on.
what? He was taken hostage in his mother's arms. His mother and his brother, Ariel Bibas, 4-year-old, 9-month-old, in their mama's arms. Shiri Bibas. She's
Look, I'm
holding
not here
them.
to justify what Hamas did. I'm
But
not
that's what you're
justifying what
doing,
they did.
brother. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm no, okay. I'm not justifying what Hamas did, but I'm just saying it's way more complicated.
It
Like
is
Hamas,
100%. And if the Bibas babies and Eviatar were never taken that day, not one person would be dying in Gaza other than natural causes.
the people were suffering anyway.
I agree. I agree. But I put the blame
Before
on
that, people
Hamas.
was.
The blame is on Hamas.
I don't. Yeah, but why did they do that?
Why? You tell me.
What about the 70 years of oppression
No,
before that? They wouldn't do it for no
it's not
reason.
70 years of oppression. It's extremist jihadi Islamist mentality. It's people that are taking the Muslims' religion and tarnishing it. I'd also argue following that book to the tooth and nail. Muslims, there's beautiful, amazing Muslims, and then there's some Muslims that are really fucked up in the head. And that's what Hamas is.
I don't know. Like I think of like the average Hamas soldier as being a normal person who just wants to fight back because they see destruction every day and they see
I
oppression every
think
day.
you haven't I think you because you seem very level-headed. I don't agree with that. I think
Okay, maybe
what
the
news sources do
average,
you
the
watch?
average.
Where do
Think
you
about
get
the average Hamas soldier. I
no,
doubt.
no,
I don't
no,
know.
no, no. Watch where you get your news from. And even the news that you do watch, fact check it. I don't trust any news. I do my own research after I watch news sources. Look at Hamas. Just go on hamas.massacre.net.
Wait, this isn't being recorded, by the way, is it?
Yes, it is.
Please don't include me into any video or anything.
Why?
I don't like. I don't want.
Why? For what? Because you don't like what you're saying? You seem like a
I don't
very
like
sweet
politics.
person.
No, I don't want. I don't like politics or anything. I don't want to be involved. I don't anything like that. Please.
Well, you're already involved. You're talking about it. That's the beautiful thing about living in the West. You're living in the
No,
West. We're
no,
allowed
no,
to
no,
speak.
no,
It's
no,
freedom of
no.
speech. So he's in the even though he has nothing to worry about. I'm like I think he's so sweet. My God, I'm sorry. The fact that he's openly saying this as it just makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. I have so much to say. I should have asked his religion. You've held on your identity. The Persian people have held on to their identity for so long and kept their roots, but the Jewish people don't have that same respect, right? We're just not real Jews anymore. I should have asked his freaking religion. I screwed up by that. Absolutely ridiculous. Justifying the fact that a 9-month-old baby, well, maybe the 9-month-old baby was by, okay, well, how do you explain that he was taken hostage in his mother's arms? Get out of here with that. I really like that guy too, but he just lost all respect for me with doing that shit. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for donating on Buy Me a Coffee. It really helps. I know my setup isn't the best. I promise I will work on it once I am able to. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but a bright and beautiful future, and have a good night.